Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're stepping right onto the factory floors and straight into the boardrooms to map out the fascinating, super high-stakes world of India's leather sourcing industry. Think about it. When you pick up a premium handbag, a really high-end wallet, or a meticulously stitched pair of shoes, there is an incredibly strategic, highly competitive supply chain that brought it to life. It's literally a logistical battlefield where fortunes are made and lost on a single millimeter of stitching. So today, we're going to decode that entire supply chain. We're diving deep to understand the regional dominance, the complex strategies, and the real reasons why global brands choose to invest millions of dollars in very specific pockets of the world. Picture this. You are a global sourcing director. You've got a massive million-dollar contract to manufacture premium leather goods sitting right in front of you. Which Indian state becomes your absolute first choice? Do you head down south to Tamil Nadu or Karnataka? Maybe look east to West Bengal? Or do you go up north to Uttar Pradesh or the Delhi NCR region? And honestly, the bigger question is, why are some states securing these massive export orders while others are slowly watching their buyers slip away? I'll give you a quick hint right now. If you think the answer is just whoever has the cheapest labor, well, actually, scratch that. You would lose that contract in a heartbeat.
All right, let's dive into Section 1, India's global leather power and its role as a major China Plus One sourcing destination. To really get a grip on these regional battles, we have to look at the macro scale first. India is a global titan in this space. We're talking the second largest leather producer in the entire world and the premier China Plus One alternative. As global supply chains scramble to diversify their manufacturing bases, India has perfectly positioned itself as the go-to alternative, exporting a massive volume of footwear, garments, gloves, and accessories to over 50 countries worldwide. And the buyers funneling capital into this market, they read like a who's who of global economic powerhouses. We're talking major buyers from the USA, Germany, the UK, Italy, France, and the Netherlands. These markets demand high volume, sure, but more importantly, they demand absolutely pristine quality, total reliability, and strict adherence to international standards. The stakes are incredibly high.
But, here's where the narrative gets truly interesting. Despite India's incredible collective strength on the global stage, when you actually zoom in on the map, you realize very quickly that not all sourcing regions are created equal. The country is definitely not a monolith. Internally, these regions are highly specialized and fiercely competitive. They're each playing to radically different strengths and fighting tooth and nail for completely different segments of the international market.
Which brings us to Section 2. Tamil Nadu, the champion and honestly the undisputed king.
So, let's answer that mystery hook from earlier. Who exactly is capturing the lion's share of those million-dollar orders? The undisputed champion is Tamil Nadu. A staggering 40% of India's total leather production comes strictly from hubs down there like Chennai, Ranipet, and Amber. That leaves the remaining 60% scattered and divided among literally every other state in the country. When global brands want total reliability and premium execution, this region is basically on speed dial. Think about that for a second. To hold nearly half of the production capacity of the world's second-largest producer, that is a monumental achievement.
And the secret to Tamil Nadu winning so consistently? It's not about cutting corners at all. It's about having a bulletproof ecosystem. Global buyers flock here because these factories already speak the language of European compliance. We're talking strict chemical safety standards like REACH, rigorous ESG requirements, and tanneries that are fully Leather Working Group or LWG certified. Add in their highly organized manufacturing discipline and immediate super convenient proximity to the Chennai port for lightning-fast export, and you've got a virtually unbeatable logistical machine that is just perfectly tuned for premium footwear and finished leather.
Let's move on to Section 3, regional hubs, craft and volume, or artisans versus massive scale.
So if Tamil Nadu is casually taking 40%, the rest of the country survives by carving out some fierce, highly specialized niches. On one side, you have the artisanal heartland of West Bengal, specifically looking at Kolkata and Bantala. Buyers flock here for just exceptional craftsmanship, beautifully detailed finishing work on fashion handbags, and really flexible order sizes. The trade-off, though, is that it's hampered by a pretty fragmented network of smaller, micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs. Now, on the absolute opposite end of the spectrum is Uttar Pradesh, with hubs like Kanpur. This is the industrial volume powerhouse. They absolutely dominate in raw buffalo leather, massive production scale, and super competitive bulk pricing. But on the flip side, Buyers here frequently worry about the slower pace of modernization and some really complex environmental compliance issues around wastewater. It's the classic boutique versus industrial heavyweight dynamic.
And this intense specialization extends everywhere. Up north, the Delhi NCR region acts sort of like the strategic brain. They focus heavily on sourcing, trading, and export management rather than the raw, messy production itself, basically serving as the home base for tons of buying offices. Meanwhile, down south, Karnataka has risen up as the undisputed darling for premium luxury fashion. Powerhouse companies like Bardia International have been totally instrumental in transforming Bangalore into a highly respected global center for luxury leather manufacturing and high-end garments.
Okay, Section 4. What global buyers want. Let's look at the modern buyer's playbook.
We've mapped out the geography, but the strategy is where the real war is won. Because here's the thing. The old sourcing playbook is completely dead. Today, compliance has entirely overtaken price as the primary gatekeeper. I mean, you can offer the absolute cheapest unit cost on earth, but if you don't have robust wastewater treatment, absolute transparency with social audits, and complete ESG readiness, major buyers won't even walk through your front door. Today's modern buyers demand strict adherence to REACH standards for chemical safety, and they absolutely require those LWG certifications. Environmental and social governance just isn't a bonus anymore, guys. It's the baseline.
Beyond just compliance, there is an immense premium placed on speed and communication right now. Check out this quote from real buyers on Reddit. It perfectly captures the changing tide. India is becoming easier than China for communication and low MOQ sourcing. Buyers want factories that offer lightning-fast sampling, rapid product development, really clear, excellent English communication, and lower minimum order quantities or MOQs. It's exactly this frictionless, easy business experience that is actively winning market share away from traditional competitors.
Because modern buyers are so strategic now, they use a highly specific matching process. Think of this as the ultimate sourcing cheat sheet. If a brand wants premium footwear, they route that straight to Tamil Nadu. Fashion bags and really detailed women's accessories, that goes to the artisans in West Bengal. Heavy-duty buffalo leather, straight to Kanpur and UP. If it's luxury garments, Bengaluru is your destination. Small leather goods absolutely thrive in Kolkata, and when sheer volume is literally the only metric that matters, buyers leverage both Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Sourcing today is all about perfectly aligning the specific product category with the region's inherent DNA.
Furthermore, the era of just jumping from factory to factory, frantically chasing a slightly cheaper price per unit, that is ending fast. The smartest global buyers out there are playing a much longer game focused on resilient partnerships. The steps are pretty clear. First, you identify highly stable suppliers who aren't going to disappear tomorrow. Second, you establish completely transparent costing models so both sides actually win. And third, you execute rigorous long-term capacity planning. This kind of strategic integration is exactly what creates a resilient, shock-proof supply chain.
So, to pull all of this together and summarize our analysis, Tamil Nadu undeniably holds the crown right now. They've got sheer export scale, immense buyer confidence, and just superior infrastructure. West Bengal remains the king of craft, UP totally rolls volume, and Karnataka leads in luxury. But remember, the map is never static. The future dominance of India's leather industry belongs strictly to whoever can master these four pillars: uncompromising sustainability, rigorous compliance, advanced factory automation, and unbeatable speed.
Which brings us to a really critical final question for you to ponder. Based on this massive shift towards sustainability and automation, which Indian state do you think will truly dominate the leather industry over the next 10 years? Will Tamil Nadu hold on to its commanding lead, or will a region like UP modernize fast enough to completely steal the throne? The global supply chain is definitely watching, and I want to know exactly where you would place your bets. Let me know your predictions below. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay curious out there, and I will see you on the next Explainer.